Well, we'll try it again, guys. Do I'm sailing away. Well, there's somebody here. There's Ruthie. Can everybody hear me? Hello, Rusty. How are you? All right, Miss Karen says you can hear me. Guys, something is going on with YouTube tonight, and I don't know what's going on. I saw Shauna. I saw a group of people show up, Peter, Shauna, William, everybody, and said that the screen was black. They couldn't hear me. So I jumped off of YouTube and went to the news feed, and they said they were having server issues. So thank you guys for hanging in there with me. And hello, Miss Joan. How are you? There's Diane. Hello, everybody. Yeah, it kept saying server error. They must be having some major issues tonight. Love bug. Yeah, YouTube's messed up tonight, guys. So if we're talking tonight and we're having a conversation, and then all of a sudden, hello, Peter, thank you for coming back in. If you see us and we just go to black or disappear, you know what's going on. There's Rocker. Hello, Rocker. How are you? There's Witten Williams. Hello. Yeah, Nancy had just started working on us. I don't know what happened there. What a way to start. I knew that, usually we hide from Sarah and we make sure, but boy, it just didn't even allow us to get in. Elmwood said, I thought I had to reboot my phone. Let's see. There's Miss Anita. Yeah, guys, yeah, YouTube is having some issues tonight. So I know I had hit it several times, and it told me that they were having difficulties on the server side of things. So that may be the reason. Like I said, if we go to black, if something happens, please understand it's not us. It is clearly YouTube. Sandra, it is. It's a beautiful night. It's a little warm here in Virginia. Yeah, Miss Nancy, a lot of heavy hearts from last night. Hello, Miss Mary. How are you? A lot of heavy hearts from last night. I do hope that everybody did well last night. Yeah, Witten, you're the same here. I tried to click on a video and it would play like 3 seconds of it. Marianne, hello, Marianne. Guys, we had an issue last night with doing things right in the middle of the chat. Marianne gave a love gift of $20 last night, a super chat. We need to do this before we do anything tonight. I need to get this in for Marianne tonight. We did not forget you. We wanted to make Malaya's mom is here. Dove Jep, yes, they're having problems. Weird, my name changed. Why everybody's name has changed, and then tonight they're having a problem. Miss Linda, there we go. All right, here we go. You ready? Very nice. And somebody who just hit us. Forks. Pennsylvania County in the house. Well, Forks, you get this as well. One for Forks tonight. There we go. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate that. How many subscribers would I love to get, Lily? That is up to you guys on that deal. The number for us as anybody on YouTube is 100,000. That's where you start. 100,000 is when you get the little plaque that says you have 100,000 subscribers. It can happen overnight. It can take years. You would be surprised that the young people that I speak to, guys, we're sitting at 51,000, right at 51,000 subscribers. You'd be surprised the young people that I speak to that will sit there and tell me, well, I've got 200 subscribers. And I'll say, oh, that's awesome. And then they'll say, well, how many subscribers do you have? And I'm like, 51,000. And they're like, 51,000. And I'm like, well, yeah, 51,000. And it just, hello, Tennessee Betty Boop. Yeah, we now have memberships and things like that. Guys, here's what it takes. When you really explode into this creator content world of things, it's one of those things of you need that catapulting video that just catapults you into the world. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was sitting at work one day and I was at the radio station. And this was years ago when Baby Shark was the big song, and everybody knows Baby Shark. It has over billions of listens and views, and this was years ago. I sat there and I started playing with Alexa, the little, hey, Alexa, what's the temperature outside? And Alexa, I started playing around with Alexa, and Alexa can play Simon Says. A lot of people don't understand that. Well, with the equipment I have at the radio station, I was able to sit there and say, Alexa, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I was the first one who really ended up getting Alexa to sing Baby Shark. The video exploded overnight on me. I go through a company, it's called Unilad. Unilad took that video, and right now, and it's on YouTube, you can look it up under Layla's Toys, Alexa. It blew up on me, and I think they said right now, the last numbers I saw was it had over 50 million views. Here's the problem, though. A lot of the views that are out there are not my views. You look at the one video that I have on my YouTube channel, I think it's right at 500,000 views. When Unilad put it up, it went to Unilad views. When others put it up, I was scrolling through some things the other night and I found it on TikTok. And when I found it on TikTok the other night, somebody had posted it on TikTok and they now have over 10 million views on it by themselves. Guys, this is one of the major issues we run into. A lot of people sit there and go, man, you're making a ton of money. This video has been seen 50 million times and it's no, a lot of times it's other individuals taking your content and using your content, and they're making money off of you. And it happens. It happened. But that was the video that really shot me into the world of going, You've got a little knack for this. You're pretty good at this. You can, you can do some videos and do some things there. So I don't have TikTok content. It's one of those things I was just every now and then I like to see what that video is doing and who is actually using it. And so I went on there and I typed in, Alexa, Baby Shark to see who was using it. And sure enough, it was a young man. And I filed the necessary paperwork with TikTok to try to get it to where they're not using it anymore. But a lot of times that stuff just goes by the wayside. Oxy said leg cramps suck. Okay. Here's my thing. And who put that up there? Yeah, the little shorts are look, YouTube allows that. YouTube allows us to collab with other creators. That's awesome. I love that. I love the fact that they take the little movie clips and then we can lip sync to them and things like that because that gets us recognition. That gets the other creator recognition. We work together as a community. I wouldn't mind things if somebody would just reach out and say, "Hey, do you mind if I use your stuff?" That wouldn't be so bad. But, when you're getting people saying, "Man, you've got 4 channels out there," and it's like, "I don't have 4 channels. I have 1 channel, and you're watching it. It's Layla's Toys. I have 1 channel." It's just one of those things. Sarah said, "My twin grandsons just left, and they were wide open. Please tell me you gave them sugar." See, that's what you do when you send them back home with mom and dad. You get them wild up, and you just send them right back home. Malaya, you trust me. It was one of those things. That's awesome, Sarah. It was one of those things where I sat one night and I said, "Man, I'd love to do this." Yeah, Epsom salt. Oh, yeah. Santa, my ex and I used to use the time of the year to get an adult break. You gotta visit Santa every year. Yes, Ty, there's a lot of people out there using, and trust me, the only one that is us is Layla's Toys. That's it. I have spoken with several of these content creators and have asked them not to use the videos. Um, I've had several people reach out to me and say, "Hey, here's the deal. I saw this and I reported them." It's up to YouTube eventually just to sit there and say, "Guys, stop using them." You know, eh, a lot of times creators just want to be consulted with. And that's, but a lot of the stuff you will see me um yes, I've been Santa for a long time. Long time. I'm looking at the comments, guys. They're jumping on my side. So bear with me. This may be a YouTube issue. They are not really flowing. They are kind of like just bam, they're jumping on me. So bear with me. I hope everybody can hear me. Um, you got it. Prayers for Malaya's mom. You got it. No, Malaya's mom and Lovebug. I know that you guys have talked about doing channels and things like that. Here's my suggestion to you. Start doing those little shorts. Collab with me. I put those things up there and you'll see them. It says collab with me. I do one part, you can do the other part. They're not hard to do. It's basically just lip syncing. It's one of those things that people have a lot of fun with. You get quite a few views out of it. Um, the one video that you guys are seeing now, it's a gentleman who's in the army. Uh, He goes by Successful, and it's the one where I'm just like you, you're just like me, and we take the glasses off and everything. Um, Miss Anita, I would love to see something like that happen. Tim, I have not seen anything with them. Guys, I saw a lot of stuff today on there are several phone calls and several recordings of phone calls going around where it's Patrick and Eric and others talking and things like that. It's stuff that you already know. We've already went through the process of all of this stuff. A lot of this stuff now is just getting to the point of going, click on me, click on me. You know, I got something new for you. Click on me. A lot of it is the same stuff. It's just different. It's packaged different in order for you to get on there and click on it. We know exactly what's going on right now. We know that Lorraine, Timmy, and Ray Ray are with the state right now. We know that Betty, BJ, and Larry and all of them are down at the house. It's been kind of quiet. But then you've got this whole group of others that are just trying to keep things, keep things rolling. And I don't know if, to be honest with you, I don't know if it's helping anybody. I just don't see that. Uh-oh, it is on repeat now. Yes, you got it. Used to get updates. Yeah, hang in there, guys. Have not seen Elizabeth, have not seen Homeless Jay tonight. Um, there are so many rumors out there. So many rumors. And did I see the prayer request from Florida? I did not. Hello, Miss Sheila. Um, Sheila, we can definitely do that. Prayers for Miss Sheila. Let's see. We had a prayer request from Florida. Let's see. Prayers for Peter's mom. We can do that. You can hear the little ones upstairs running around. There's Spartan. Hello, Spartan. Tim, no. From what I'm seeing, they have not done anything. Yes, I believe the investigation is still going on very much so tonight. Miss Lily, yes, I did. Yeah, on the copyright tab, basically what you do is you have to turn it over to, yeah, chat moves as fast as Rudolph. You have to turn it over to YouTube and allow YouTube to do their thing. Lily, yes, they are upstairs doing their thing. A lot of people do really care. And it doesn't help anything when adults get into the situation of fighting over things and instead of focusing on what needs to be focused on, um, it gets taken out of context all over the place. Focus on the task at hand, plain and simple. Terry said, I can't keep up tonight. Spartan, Shauna is in the room. She was in the room. Grandkids came to see Meemaw and Paul and Peepaw. Yes, Meemaw and Peepaw. I love that. We do. We love Anita. Miss Nancy, you're right. Life is too short. I thought, guys, last night, the conversation we had with everybody, it was one of those things that when I was done last night, and I sat down and I decompressed, and I said all my prayers, this thing came over me last night and said, we think so heavily upon the bad things. You need to reflect upon the good things. Look at the good things in your life. Reflect on the good. And I know the bad things overtake us a lot of times. But man, I sat this morning and I listened to the birds chirp. And I've got these two little chipmunks that run out in front of the house. And we fed the reindeer and we got the little ones up. The little one, Lucian, went to a pumpkin patch today. He brought a pumpkin home. He was so excited. He got the little bitty pumpkin. And we just, you got to be thankful for the good things in your life. And I know it's so easy to sit there and focus on the bad things because we're consumed with them a lot of times. But boy, well, thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Mary says, I'm a therapist. I was telling a client yesterday the beauty of our group that has taken a life of its own. Grateful for this group. Look at that. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, just asking. It's not fair for people to take. Yeah, I get it. You know, I love you, Peter. I do, buddy. You are one of the good ones. I promise you. It is sad, but it is the nature of the beast that we deal with, and it will happen. There's nothing that we can really do about it. We just go through the process, and um, I spoke to one of the gentlemen the other day who's using one of the videos, and I just asked him to kindly take it down. And he said, he just told me, he said, please give me permission to use it. And I said, no, I'd like for you to take it down. And next thing I know, he put two more videos up. And I'm like, it's the nature of the beast. That's all you can do. And you move forward. Like we always say, you move forward. See, even a therapist needs a support group. Absolutely. There's Pink Lady. Oh, is Miss Lily leaving us tonight? Said I have homework to do. There you go. You got to get your homework done. You got it, Miss Lily. You have a great evening. There's Miss Vivian. Yeah, you got to get your homework done. That is something that must be done. You control yourself. Exactly. You pray with others. Yeah. No, you're right, Anita. Just be grateful for the little things. There's Jamie Smith, Fort Lauderdale. You got it. Yeah, but no, I was at a store tonight and I had stopped to get me something to drink before coming to the house here. And there was an elderly woman who was leaving the store and she had probably 15 or 16 bags in her cart. And she was in front of me and she was making her way out the door. And it was a mom and a little girl. And the little girl sat there and asked the woman, well, stood there and asked the woman, said, can I help you put these in your car? And the woman was a little taken aback by it. And she said, well, sure. And this little girl looked maybe 8 years old. And she stood there and helped her get every one of those groceries in her car. I looked at the woman, the mama, and I said, you've done right. You got a good kid there. And she goes, I know I do. And I said, and that comes from you. That comes from the mama. And she goes, well, I appreciate you saying that. And I said, no. I said, a lot of times parents don't hear that. And I said, but that child knew to stand there and ask, can I help you? Do you need help getting your groceries into the car? and you could tell it was genuine. It was amazing. And then you look at that mama and you could see how proud that mama was of, "That's my baby girl, and my baby girl's doing right tonight." And I hope that young lady keeps that mentality through life because it is a great mentality to have. Yes. Rocker says, "Please keep my 2-year-old nephew in your prayers. His surgery is December 12th." Second, you got it, Rocker. We can do that. Susie Q's back. There you go. Susie Q, a lot of people were asking about you, and Susie Q is back with us tonight. That was one of the things my grandmother used to love to do was well, Katie, we want you here. You can sit and listen, you can talk, everything. Yeah, you can. James said, "Prayer request for my niece Wendy and her daughter Gina." Sure, we can do that. Wendy and Gina, guys. We can do that. But no, I remember as a kid, um, my grandmother had the clothesline at the back of the house, and uh, I'm talking, there was a dryer there. She never used it. In the wintertime she would, but during the summer and things like that, she would take those clothes outside and hang them up on that line. And there was nothing like that fresh smell on clothes. It was just something she did. Every time she washed a load of clothes, it was like, "You want to put these in the dryer?" And she was like, "No, we'll hang them up on the clothesline." You got it, Miss Betty Boop. Always in control. Have not heard from Homeless Jay tonight. Hopefully, Jay will pop up in here tonight somewhere. Hello, Missy Hardman. Clarksville, West Virginia. Yeah, they're just so fresh. And I'm talking, and they dry and you smell them and you're like, wow, that's amazing. the the smell of fresh sheets. You got it. Miss Melissa said, "Hey, y'all, sending love and prayers from Kentucky." You got it. Barbara said she still uses a clothesline. Oh, look at Ty. Ty just wants he wants the hat tonight. You ready, Ty? Here it is. Oh, look at that. Guys, YouTube is having issues for the last week or so. We have noticed that a lot of people's name has been different. A lot of people's couldn't get online tonight. We had to start tonight a little later, because we tried to go earlier and it said the server was down. YouTube is doing something right now. I don't know if they're trying to maybe change over to a new server or something, but it's having an effect on a lot of things. The elf is dancing his butt off tonight. You got it. Yeah, Destin, that is why it's using a different name for you. Yes, it is filling out nicely. I'm having a little problem right here that I need to let it grow in a little bit right there. I think they cut a little bit too much off. I needed to, yes. CFJ. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I don't know why they're changing things. I think you can go back in and reset them. I think somebody said last night you can go back in and reset them. Tony said I could not get on now. Tony, we're having issues tonight. It is not just you. I promise you. Yeah. Yeah. No, you can stream on Twitch. CFJ said I've tried to reset it. Yeah, go to your profile, and evidently you can change it in your profile. I think that's what Malaya's mom said last night. No, Melissa, you're fine. Robert, you are perfectly fine. It is not you guys. I promise you, it is not you guys. It is clearly a YouTube issue tonight, and we're going to try to be here. If I lose you again, trust me, it is not me hitting the button. It is clearly it is clearly a YouTube issue tonight. Says, oh, Ken G says, when you go in to change your handle, YouTube says it's already taken and you have to add numbers or letters to it. Okay. Yeah, Robert, it is YouTube. It is not us having the issues. It is not you having the issue. Don't think you have to reset your phone. Don't think you have to restart anything. It is not you having the issue. Anita said it kept saying to retry the server. It's a server problem. Yes. And for those of you who are new in the room and you got to see the hat, uh, when you do a super chat or a love gift or something, that's when the hat comes out. Just to let you know, I know a lot of people are like, "What just happened there? Why does this man have a squirrel on his head and he can't get out from under that hat?" That's what happens when the super chat comes in. No, CFJ, I got you now. But yeah, no, here would be my suggestion to you. Tomorrow morning, TNT, what are you doing to me tonight? Thank you. Tomorrow morning, try to reset it tomorrow morning. TNT messing with me. Hat on. There it goes. That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you, TNT. Thank you for doing that. Yes. It drives Rudolph crazy. Robert. Robert, it has been kind of quiet. And Tony said it was out again. Yep. It's been kind of quiet. Right now, I think it's a lot of the content creators going back and forth with each other. I think a lot of the stuff that's out there has already been out there. I think they're just going, through the motions with each other. But it has been, from what I've seen, extremely quiet right now. And it may be that little way for a little time until they can get everything done for the investigation or maybe that they can get some attorneys and have them step in. Oh, look, Tony found the little emojis. TNT said, "Love me some Santa." Well, thank you, Elmwood. I appreciate that. Scott, they're investigating the money where Eric and Patrick are concerned for the Whitakers, the two gentlemen that were supposedly there to help the Whitakers. Uh, the West Virginia State Police have stepped in and they want to see where all the money has gone. So that's the investigation going on right now. It's been a little quiet. Every now and then you'll see something from Patrick or Eric or somebody else, but that's what's been going on right now. Yep, we need to hear facts, not rumors. That's the key thing. Let everything come out in the proper way it needs to come out. Uh, I'm talking a lot of things. You're just sitting there going, I don't know if that's true, if it's not true. Is it true? Is it you have no idea. But right now it's more of a, it's a thing of let's wait and see. Let's just sit back and wait and see. Um, haven't heard anything. The last thing that I would say that was uh, probably, dead on correct was when they went to court and the judge told them that they needed to probably get a family attorney or to that aspect, more attorneys to help them. I'm surprised that a lot of these pages are still up. And the money aspect may be off on them. You don't know. You just don't know. The pages may be still up, but they may not be earning anything right now. It's a hot mess. You got it. Yeah, and I think this investigation will take a little while. I think there's a lot of stuff going on, and they just need to verify and go through because, they did ask for people who had donated within, several months' time to call West Virginia State Police and let them know that they had donated. So I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that they have to go through. Yeah, Christy, hashtag replay. Yep. Calm before the storm. You got it. Hello, Tim King. How are you? Nancy Shaw. Nancy, I see you. I just hope you're seeing us. Yeah, Mary, you would think they are, but I don't know. I don't know if the organizations or the West Virginia. I don't know if anybody's cut those off. I don't know. That that's something that that will have to be looked into and hopefully comes that will come out. But or maybe some of these accounts are frozen to where the money's going in and nobody can take out. That would be another way of hoping that things happen. Anita, you and me both. You and me both. Okay. Jerry said, I miss all of them. I do. Let me tell you, I miss seeing the videos of that family, just being that family. I really do. And guys, there's a lot of love out here for that family. There's a lot of people that just want to see the right thing done where it comes to that family. Robert, right now, the state police are asking everyone not to do that. That's the key thing. That's the key thing we need to abide by. Uh, for no donations, no anything, and let this run its course. Yes, Wendy and Gina, you got it. We can do that. You got it. Yes, Miss Anita, I totally agree with you there. Peter, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Terry said, anybody Christmas crafting? My daughter and I am. Well, I are. I missed him too. Yes, Elmwood, yes. Fox Nation, CW, and CBS Sports. They're trying something new this year. Well, hello, Anthony. You look very cool, sir. Thank you. We're just having a good conversation tonight. Jerry said, I'm not crafty. Read it large today. My granddaughter and me. You got it. Yes, indeed. Make things homemade ornaments. Yes. I like Michael's. Have you ever been to the store Michael's? It's the craft store here. I don't know if they're out west, but I know they're in the south. And Michael's has a lot of good craft stuff for kids. Um, and we go in there with the little ones and the Litleys and let them pick different craft things to do. They love the sun catchers where they can paint the sun catchers. They love those. Hobby Lobby. You know, Roanoke is a, I'm in Roanoke, Virginia, so it's a fairly larger city. And I think the closest Hobby Lobby to us is in, I want to say Christiansburg, Blacksburg, where Virginia Tech is. We have a Michael's here. We just don't have the Hobby Lobbies. Um, and I'm with you now. Hobby Lobby has been around. They're a pretty reputable store, but we just yeah, we have the Michaels. Yep, Malaya's mom. Make sure we got her in your prayers tonight, everybody. Yeah, Sean says we have Hobby Lobby and Michaels. Okay. Used to do silversmith. Okay. Mary said I could spend my paycheck in North. Okay. Okay. Dollar Tree is the place to go. You know, we have a we have a Dollar Tree here in town, several of them. And we can go in and get some pretty good craft ideas and pretty good thing. And they use the kids like to paint. They have the little wooden ornaments and little things like that. And we buy the paint, and they'll paint those. And um, yeah, they're pretty neat to do those things. And those little wooden ornaments, they'll hang around forever, to where you can make them and let the kids grow up, and they'll be with you forever. Rocker said, I'm a Dollar Tree fanatic. The only issue I have with Dollar Tree right now is it says Dollar Tree, but you go in and they have $5 items. It used to be everything a dollar, but I guess with inflation and everything, now you have things that are $1.25. Now you have things that are $5, $3. Yeah, it changed on us. They do have good stuff. Yes. Hello, George. Yes, it did. It went to a $1.25 tree. And drugstores used to sell drugs. You got it. Dollar Tree Plus. I agree with you there. It is. You know, my biggest thing right now is, and somebody made reference to a drugstore. In your towns or wherever you guys are from, in your towns, does your drugstore close like for lunch these days? It used to be back in the day that you could go on your lunch break to pick up a prescription. Now it's to the point that you can't do that because they're taking a lunch. I I don't understand that. You would think the pharmacy would be open to where you can. Yeah, see, Anita says CVS closes. Exactly. Terry said Walgreen does. Half an hour. Okay. Early in the afternoons, closes at lunchtime. I don't understand why that is. I know they need a lunch, but you would think that there would be enough people there covering things to where they could still help you with your prescriptions. Harris Teeter, Kroger. All right, let me ask you this, guys, because we have Kroger here in the state of Virginia. Kroger, and we've got some Harris Teeters and some things like that. We're getting ready to get a Public in the area. How many have had dealings with Public, and is it a good store to shop at? What do you know about them? Okay, Gene. Yeah, if they have one pharmacist, but still, you think you could still come in and pick up your medication. And Sarah, what's your experience with them? Oh, Nancy said expensive. Audi, we do have an Audi here in town. We have two Krogers within 1 mile of each other. We're right now currently we have two Krogers within a mile of each other, and across the street from one of the Krogers, they're putting the Public in. So we will have three grocery stores within probably a half a mile of each other. And two of them are Kroger, and one of them is the new Publix coming in. No pharmacy, and yes, they have an excellent deli, Walgreens, CVS, okay, Kroger Marketplace. Everything's expensive. Okay. They have a great bakery. Good. Okay. It's too expensive. Linda said we have Dillon's and Walmart. Okay. One Audi. There's Miss Rozzy. Rozzy, it is not you. It is YouTube. They are having issues tonight. Good deals, BOGO. I work in Athens, Georgia, and okay. Yeah, at one time we had one, and I don't know if we can still lay claim to it, but at one time we had one of the largest um, Walmarts in the country, and that thing is huge. And we, it's really impressive to go in, and they have anything and everything. They've got the garage, they've got the deli, they've got the pharmacy, they've got everything in there. But I know at one time they tried the little ones that were like the little Walmart Expresses that you would drive down the road and you would see them, and they were just little stores. Piggly Wiggly, Sarah, yes. Is that Weiss Market? Wise Market? I don't have those. Rossi said it's 3 hours earlier here in Phoenix. Acme. Anita, we had Winn-Dixies. We had Winn-Dixies, and do you remember A&P? We had an A&P market here in town for years. Oh, see, you're lucky. Your Walmart has a Krispy Kreme donuts. Come on. Yeah, we had an A&P market. Piggly Wigglies were always here. Um, yes, Jerry, that is the good thing. Guys, here's the thing. A&P or Safeway, yes. Micromax. We used to have Micromax here in town. Winn Dixie always was. IGAs. We used to have an IGA here in town, and that closed down. Here's the thing. Oh, Glenn. Glenn, we can do that. We can definitely. Glenn said his prostate cancer is worse. Guys, send some love out to Glenn tonight. We can do that. Now, Food Line, here's the one thing I thoroughly enjoy about Food Line is that when I go to Food Line, they don't have the crowds that you deal with Kroger and other stores. So they're a very good store, but they just don't have the crowds that you deal with. A price chopper. I don't know what a price chopper is, Marianne. Oh. Craig said we had Winn-Dixie at one time. We still have a Piggly Wiggly, Food Line, and yes, IGA. Okay. A Bilo at one time. Okay. We got Kroger's, Aldi's. Okay, a Martin's. Okay. Kmart. Yes. My sister-in-law worked for Kmart for over 25 years. Kmart with us in Roanoke here became expendable when, guess what? Walmart showed up. And Walmart built within, a mile of Kmart. Kmart tried to fight them off, and Walmart was just too big and powerful. And finally, Kmart had to close. They put up a really good fight. I'm talking they were fighting with them till the end. But it was one of those things where Walmart, the prices were just too drastically cut to where the people could come in and get, food for an extremely good price, and Kmart couldn't keep up with them. Save a Lot. Okay. Terry, the Woolworths. I love Woolworths. And I've told this story before, when I was a kid, our grandmother used to take us down to Woolworths in downtown, and we would go over to the lunch counter, and we would get a grilled cheese sandwich and a bowl of tomato soup every Saturday. And that was one of the greatest things I'm talking, there was nothing like the Woolworth. Plain and simple. Ames, okay. Yeah, Peter, ours did too. I don't, did Sears buy Kmart? Yes. Well, I want to say they did, or it was vice versa, but they became one together, but still couldn't hold on to what they were trying to do. I remember the Kmart we had here in town. Sears brought in their appliance center and things like that into the Kmart to where you could go in and buy appliances and things like that to try to, help keep everything going. But it couldn't sustain what was going on. Montgomery Wards, yes. Yeah, Sears ruined it for Kmart. Yeah, I look. I think it was a matter of them trying to hold on to something, and it just didn't happen. Um, it's like Big Lots here in town. At one time, they told us Big Lots was closing. Um, I think we had like 3 or 4 of the stores. 3 of them shut down. One of them still open. The furniture store shut down. You just never know. Hello, David and Tammy. Hello, Deb. How are you? Robert said, Pep Boys. We still have one of those. I think, yeah, we still have one of those in the area. Yeah, Big Lots closed in the area. I liked Big Lots. We have an Ollie's. We've got those here in town still. Ken, you're right. Those Christmas catalogs. Hello, Fund. How are you? Western Auto. Yes. Circuit City. We had a Circuit City. We had several of them here in town. But I remember going to Circuit City. How about Radio Shack? Do you remember Radio Shack? Yeah, Ollie's is nice. Hello, Claudia. Yes, Toys R Us are opening. Now, they may not be to the scale that we remember, but from what I'm seeing, that the Toys R Us are still opening. And so you may find some of those toy stores, uh, toy stores in your area. So be on the lookout for that. Oh, what? You still have a Radio Shack there? Wow. Yes, Ollie does remind you of Big Lots Alike. Do you have any of the bin stores? We've got one bin store that is owned by the Goodwill in this area, and then we have one privately owned bin store that is owned by a private company that does things like that. Awesome, Claudia. That is awesome. Can you share the name of that with us and where we can get that? If you can just put that, that is awesome. Gold Circle Department Stores. Miss Mary, did you see? Good night, Tim. Have a great week, buddy. You got it. Uh, did you see where the Goodwill? There are a lot of people trying to do a ban on them right now because the amount of money the uh, the CEO makes for that company, and he's making money off of donated goods. Uh, a lot of people have issues there. Most people, exactly. Yeah, you can find some good things there, but it's got to be at a good price. I was in one about a year ago, and Dollar Tree has their own little brand of knickknacks, and uh, it's something K or something, and I can't remember what, but you know it when you see it. And you'd go in, and they'd have like 4.99 on it, and I would tell the manager, I'd say, man, I can go down the street and buy this brand new for $1, and you've got 4.99 on it, and you didn't pay for it. Somebody donated it to you, and it it just never sank in. Things like that. Good night, Melissa. Yeah, Melissa, hit and miss. You got it. At Chewy and Amazon. I understand that comment right there. I really do. The furniture prices are insane. Yes. Malaya's mom said, "Don't get me started on the Goodwill." James, in the area here that we're in Virginia, they've started opening their own chain of grocery stores. So we even have Goodwill. Yes, Marianne. If you look up the salary that that gentleman or person makes, it is unbelievable the amount of money that person makes. Peter, you're exactly right. That's the mentality of the whole thing is that if you're getting it for free, why are you charging so much? Sarah, I order Timu. I like Timu. There's nothing wrong with Timu. I find it funny when you order something and you're expecting to get something that is just gorgeous and beautiful, and then you get it and you're like, what just happened? I, this is not what I ordered. It is hilarious sometimes with Timu. Sometimes you get good stuff that you're like, okay, this is exactly what I was expecting. But then there's other times you get something and you're like, oh no. The TikTok shop, yes. Sarah's right. And it's 10 times smaller. You literally, I'm talking, they'll sit there and they'll say, hey, order this ink pen, order this pen, order this marker. And then you get it and it's like this big and you can't get the top off of it. And you're just sitting there going, are you kidding me? Yeah, now, Claudia, I've never ran into an issue of having a money issue with them. I've never had that issue. It's always been something that I get. It is. It is literally one of those things of going, order this pen, and you order the pen, and then when you get it, it's the pen, but it may be this big. It's hilarious sometimes. Uh, it's really hilarious some of the stuff. Now some of the stuff you get is absolutely a great buy. You'll get it and you'll be like, wow. Return policy of Temu, I don't know. Yes, Christmas is coming. Still do eBay. The eBay, you have to be careful, especially if you're a seller. I have noticed that eBay is very big on the people buying. They're very big on that. But as for sellers, uh, there's some issues there where sellers are concerned. Yeah, the price of sending something back. Yes, that's a good point. It is in China, and a lot of that stuff's coming from China. Etsy, yep, you got it. Um, yeah, Mary, you're exactly right. Pamela, the Santa hat is right here. It will make its presence if you hit that super chat. It'll make its presence. You can order a bracelet with a Bible verse. Okay, very nice. Katie said, "I got lucky. My brother, who was it? Your brother ordered a pair of shoes, and when they got it, uh, they fit you. They were so small." Yes. TJ Maxx and Marshalls. We have those here in Roanoke. Yes. We do a lot of shopping there. And what is Hamricks. We have a Hamricks here as well. Mary, Oriental Trading Company. My niece is a preschool teacher, and that is where she orders a ton of her stuff from. Always good products. I've never ran into anything there that you're just kind of, especially if you buy it in bulk and you need, if you're a teacher and you need things like that. Oriental Trading Company's been extremely good to her over the years. Crystal, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Lyric. Hope you have a good birthday. Target, yes. No, we've got the Targets. Yeah, look at that. Everybody's saying happy birthday to Lyric tonight. Happy birthday, Lyric. We hope you have a great night. How old is Lyric? Can we ask Crystal? Mary, correct. Church VBS for Oriental Trading, always. Yeah, no, I'm talking, she can put the billboards up and everything. Rocker says, my granddaughter Chelsea, her doctor diagnosed her rheumatoid arthritis. You got it. We can do that for Miss Chelsea. You guys throw some prayers up for Miss Chelsea tonight. Crystal said, just kidding. Are you kidding me? Don't you mess with us. Well, hold on. You going on the naughty list, Miss Crystal. What? Don't make me call the else on you. You behave yourself tonight. Gene said 32 degrees. All right, Miss Sarah. Yeah, we've been on here for an hour and 5 minutes, guys. We're going to hop off here for the night. Again, if you are having issues on YouTube, it is not you. Hello, Miss Tony. It is not you. TNT, if you go to my description of my page and open it up, it has the P.O. box address there. If you want to send that the address is there. Go to the description, and I do that, guys. If you want to send a letter or something like that, you're more than welcome. Like I said, several people. Josh used it to send the hat. Thank you, Josh. If you want to use that, it is in the description page on my main page. So if you go to that on the channel, click on it, you'll see the description for the page. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off here. Everybody have a great night. Keep everybody in your prayers. Pray for the Whitakers. I will talk with you tomorrow. If you have issues on YouTube, it is not you, it is them. They're having issues tonight. I'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless you. I love you. God loves you. I'll see you in a bit. Bye now.